Hello, happy stampers. This is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Washington State, and I welcome you to my free weekly video and blog, where this day I am featuring current catalog products, and some are carried over and some are brand new from the 2021 to April 2022 catalog, which just went live this month in May. Getting towards the end of the month, so you've had the catalog probably for a couple of months, but if you don't have one, please contact me. I'd be happy to send you one, and you can shop with me through my online store, the link of which will be below in the description box, and you can shop 24/7 and have it shipped directly to your door. I do invite you to also visit my blog, which the link will also be in the description below. Okay, let's get started. I saw a card made using what was called the Essential Tags Punch. So it just creates a tag that is shaped like this. Has the two little things out of the corner. I don't have that punch. It's a carried over item, but I, for some reason, have never picked it up. And so what I wanted to do was kind of imitate the design, but I didn't have the punch. So I was trying to figure out how to do it. So I am going to show you how I did that and what I made. So this is the card I made. It is a standard A2 greeting card. It's a white, basic white base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So it is a standard card. Then the next layer, well, let's get that in here. It's right here. We will go ahead and fold that and burnish it with a bone folder. My bone folders are very old. They're looking their age. Okay, and so it's going to be a top fold. And then the next layer is the new soft succulent cardstock, and it is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm not going to attach it yet because we're going to wrap that ribbon around. And this is going to become our art piece. And then as you can see, we needed 6 of these punched out shapes. So I have them already made, but I'm going to show you how I made them. And they won't, so it won't be exactly as if you made it with a punch. I took a piece of paper, and in the catalog it says the punch itself is 2 by 1 5/8. So I cut the paper 2 and 1 5/8. This particular designer series paper is called hand pinned, and of course it's double-sided, so I'm just bringing in some pieces that I cut, and then we'll use both sides to give us some variance of design like we did there. So what I did to get those corners at least close to what you would get with the punch, I took my ruler and I put a mark at 3/8 of an inch from this edge and 3/8 of an inch from this edge, okay, and marked it. Then once those were on there, I used the 3/4 inch punch. Now I don't know if those are still available, but I don't ever let go of punches, especially standard ones like this. And so then I took my 3/4 inch punch and I just lined up, get it in here, I just lined the punch up with those marks on either side. So it's not going to be a full circle. And see if I can get some better lighting here. Hold on. Hope that doesn't get in the picture. So it's going to line up on those lines just like that. I'm going to pinch it off. And there's my piece. And I did that with all 6 pieces. And so you can see it's pretty much stayed pretty much the same. Okay. Now I am going to attach these, and I want to leave the 1/8 inch gap down the right and the left, but I want them to line up along the bottom, and they're actually longer than I wanted because I also wanted to leave a nice gap here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to lay them out in the order I want them so I don't get confused because I do get confused sometimes. That one will go there, and then these will go here. So that's how I'm going to lay them out. And I'm just going to start with the Stampin' Seal and put some on to the piece. And I am going to leave that 1/8 inch there, and then I'm going to leave about an 1/8 inch off of the side of the card, and that's going to get trimmed off before we're done. Okay, and then I'll put the one on down below. Sometimes this tape gives me grief, but that's okay. Okay, and then this one's going to be the same thing. I'm looking to line that up and line these center things up, and putting this, boy, that tape sticks fast. You got to be careful of that. That Stampin' Seal is very sticky. Okay, and I also want an 1/8 of an inch off the back on this downside. I'll hold it up here in just a second. So there's what it looks like, and you can see where I'm going to cut the extra off. Okay, next, now I'm going to just leave that spacing between. I can use this to line me up here and help me make sure I get it square with the world, right about like that. Then I can do this last one. The same way. And I've got that border. Now we'll do this one. And again, I can use this as my guide to kind of get the up and down, like that. It's actually quite a simple card, and if you have the punch, it's even simpler. And I will say that once I got one the way I wanted it, and I felt like it looked nicely, then I would just hold it over the next piece and use it as a guide to punch the next one. So then they all ended up, I didn't have to measure every single one. I hope that made sense. And there we go. Okay, then I'm just going to turn it over and trim off that extra. I wasn't sure. I played around with this for quite a while the other night, and then I went to bed on it and thought about it and got up and played with it some more this morning. It's taken me, for such a simple card, it really took me a long time to get it to where it was something I thought I really liked. I saw the technique, I saw people using it, and I wanted to use it and make it my own. Okay, so there's that. Then I put the ribbon around, and so this is the new open weave in color for 21 to 23. And this is the Fresh Freesia, and it's called an open weave ribbon, and it's 3/8 inches wide. I cut a piece about 5.5 inches long or so. I'm going to just put a piece of adhesive on the back here so it has something to stick to, so that I can wrap it around. And I think I'd like it a little bit lower, so let's try that. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll wrap, well, I barely got it long enough, but it's there. Okay, so there's that. And I attached it to the front of the card flat. So I am going to just put Stampin' Seal all the way around. And I'll bring back in that base card. And this will go on, because it's a little bit smaller, this will go on to this card with a white border all the way around, like that. Then I used the Mini Messages stamp set. That's this one right here. It's returning, and they've added a second set of sentiments that fit the same die. So it has the die where the stamp where you stamp all the phrases, and then the die cuts all the phrases out. And I've also been known to punch out blanks and stamp my own sentiments on them. That works too. And when I do this, I always end up with a lot that I haven't used. So I started a little case called sentiment tags, and I throw them in here, and then I can look through here to find things before I go and make more. So that's what I do with that. So I just picked up a different sentiment that I thought would fit here. Thank you ever so much. It's going to get attached with a dimensional onto the front of the card. And it's going to attach right here in the center, and that ribbon isn't fastened down. I didn't put glue on the back of that ribbon or tape. So I'm going to put just a single mini glue dot behind that ribbon right in the center to help hold the ribbon down. And then I will put this on top of that. Otherwise, this would just stick to the ribbon and it might not stay secure on the front of the card. So there's the basic card. Now you could add some things. You could add some flowers to those other pieces. You could add some trinkets. I could put a bumblebee trinket on there maybe and just kind of make it cute. There's also the pastel pearls. We could maybe put some of those on. So there's some things you could do to add some bling to the card, which I haven't done yet, but you could add some of these to some of those squares and create, or these Artistry Bloom sequins. I've almost used them up. I need to buy some more. They're a returning item, so thankfully I can get more. I just love the iridescence of these, and they they look good with whatever you put them on, which is really kind of fun because their iridescence picks up colors. So that's a suggestion. I'm not planning to do that today, but just throwing out some more ideas to make the card even more fun and more interesting. But that's my current catalog card for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope that you'll consider shopping with me, and then you'll visit my blog and subscribe to my channel and all those wonderful good things. You have a great day and happy stamping.